is going to be a good night. And now, probably for the most important question that I'll ask you this whole entire evening, and I expect a certain response, I'm not gonna lie, I have a certain expectation here, but my question is, do we have any Whitney Houston fans in the house tonight? Wonderful, that is just the response I was hoping for. And we have a wonderful show planned for you this evening, and I have to tell you, when we very first started putting this show together, it was kind of hard for us to decide what songs we wanted to do for you because Whitney Houston has so much incredible music, so much music to choose from, and we only have a short amount of time with you, like an hour and a half. And so it was tough for us, but in the end, we found a solution. We decided that we were going to choose the songs that have the best stories behind them. Stories that will hopefully give you an insider's look at why a song was written or why it was selected for the voice of Whitney Houston. So that's what we're going to do tonight. For instance, that first song that we just did for you, it's called I Have Nothing. And it was written by one of my favorite composers and arrangers. Make some noise if you remember the name, and you know the name, David Foster. You guys know David Foster, right? He's written so many incredible hits, and I Have Nothing is one of them. He actually co-wrote the song together with his wife at the time, which is not all that interesting until you add the fact that they wrote the song together as they were going through their divorce. I mean, can you imagine how that process must have been? Oh my goodness, I actually saw David Foster talk about it. He was on one of the late night shows, I think it was the Letterman show. And he was talking about it, and David Letterman asked him, he said, what was it like, writing this song through such a tumultuous time? And David Foster replies, he says, my wife and I wrote the song I Have Nothing, but somehow after the divorce, I was the only one that actually had nothing. And so he was able to make some light of it, but those are the sorts of stories that we want to share with you that'll hopefully, like I said, give you kind of an insider's look behind the music. So the next two songs that we're going to do for you, they're both from major motion picture soundtracks. They're from movies that Whitney had a starring role or a co-starring role in. And the next one comes from a movie you're all going to remember. Make some noise, whoop and holler, if you remember the movie, The Preacher's Wife. You remember that one? I love The Preacher's Wife. I watch it every year around the holidays. And if you haven't seen it, I'm just going to give you a little brief synopsis so you can see how this next song fits in. Okay, so in the movie The Preacher's Wife, there's the preacher and the wife, right? The wife is played by Whitney Houston. And in the movie, if you remember, they're going through really tough times, right? In their community, in their congregation, but most importantly, in their very own marriage. And so what do? They pray to God for help. And God sends down help in the form of the beautiful angel, Denzel Washington. And Denzel Washington, the angel, he helps them, right? He helps them remember the love that they have for each other, and the story has a happy ending. But this next song comes from my favorite scene in the movie, if you remember. Whitney Houston's character walks into kind of a smoky old jazz club, and as soon as she walks in, she's met by an old friend who happens to be Lionel Richie on the piano. And Lionel Richie, the old friend, he invites her on stage and he says, come on, let's do that song that we used to do together. And they perform this next song. The song happens to be an old Four Tops song that was arranged again by David Foster, particularly for the voice of Whitney Houston. And that's the song that we're gonna do next for you. It's called I Believe in You and Me from the movie The Preacher's